Happy weekend,
ladies. Thank you. Well, Gretch was asking, check if there are some games. Well, we've got the latest NBA and PBA scores for you guys. A new champion in UAP Juniors basketball.
And we hear from UP basketball hero JD Kagulangan about winning another UAAP crown with the Fighting Maroons, as well as the next chapter of his career in Korea.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Chaskala Tongkalao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy Lee. Puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuffing another one. Bakunas rejecting Estevo for the win.
The Memphis Grizzlies pull off the biggest margin of victory this NBA season. They pulverize the Golden State Warriors and claim the home victory by a whopping 51 points, 144-93. The Grizz hit a franchise record 27 threes. And leading the way was Santi Aldama, who had a team-high 21 points, including 5 triples. Jake LaRavia finished with 19 markers. Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. added 17. Memphis also held Steph Curry to just 2 points and no field goals. While Dennis Schroeder finished with 5 markers on 2 for 12 shooting in his debut for Golden State. This is the Warriors' worst loss since their 140-88 defeat against the Boston Celtics in March of last season. The Grizz remain second in the West with a record of 19 wins and 9 losses. The Dubs fall to 10th with 14 victories and 12 setbacks. Let's listen in to Memphis coach Taylor Jenkins breaking down his team's record-setting triumph.
Great focus by our guys, great discipline throughout the game. Thought they came out with a great mentality, and honestly, a lot of this started, yesterday, just putting in the work about us. Thought our guys had a great priming practice yesterday. Came in with the right focus in the morning. Obviously came out and executed the game plan really, really well. I mean, defensively, I thought we were phenomenal. Offensively, we took what their defense gave us, and I thought the ball movement was phenomenal. I thought, Ja, Dez, Jaren in particular, 5 assists from him. Dez with 7 assists. Those guys did a phenomenal job creating the advantage, finding their teammates, just create those rhythm shots. Everyone moving without the ball. It was great effort by our group, and it's just stacking days. And obviously tonight was a great test for us, and I'm glad we came out, on top, but we set the tone right out of the gate.
Meantime, New York Knicks big man Karl Anthony Towns delivers a masterful performance in his highly anticipated return to Minnesota. After the loud cheers and a tribute video, Cat went berserk to lead the Knicks past the Timberwolves 133-107. Cat posted 32 points to go with 20 rebounds and 6 assists against the team that drafted him first overall in 2015. Towns even went 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. Over the offseason, Cat was shipped to the Big Apple in exchange for Julius Randle. Towns is currently averaging almost 25 points and 14 rebounds for the Knicks, who are third in the East with 17 wins and 10 losses. The Wolves are 8th in the West with 14 victories against 12 defeats. After the game, Wolves coach Chris Finch explained what it was like defending a totally locked-in Cat.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were able to be more physical at times in the Cat. Cat did a really good job of just letting the game come to him, though, given the circumstances of the evening. Rudy at the rim was a little bit more impactful, and then, when we were able to keep the matchups that we started the game with, we were good. When we started to deviate from that, or had to deviate from that, that's when they got us.
Another talented big man, another monster game as Victor Wembanyama leads the San Antonio Spurs past the Atlanta Hawks in overtime. Final score here, 133-126, with the French phenom scoring 42 points. Wemby put up 8 of those points during the extra period. The alien also stuffed the stat sheet with 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks, and 2 steals. Spurs guard Devin Vassell backed up his 7'3" center by tallying 23 markers of his own. Meanwhile, DeAndre Hunter, take a look at that play. We'll be seeing that in the highlight reel for sure. He led the Hawks with 27 points in a losing effort. He also forced OT with a huge dunk over Wemby. San Antonio is now 1 game above 500 with 14 wins and 13 losses, while Atlanta settles for 14 victories and as many defeats. Let's listen to Wemby as he talks about his team going full force at this point of the season.
It's the best feeling before the game. You know, it felt like a big relief. Really, I think we were really happy because even before the game, I think some of my teammates were still questionable. You know, so we were like, is it the day finally? But yeah, it's great to see everybody like that, and because we know everybody is gonna get their chance, and there's no selfish player here, so we're gonna have a lot of fun together.
20 more NBA teams saw action today.
Let's check out the results. Jordan Poole and Malcolm Brogdon step up for the Washington Wizards as they deal the Charlotte Hornets a 123-114 beating. The Oklahoma City Thunder win their 6th straight game after taking down the Orlando Magic 105-99. Colin Sexton and Lauri Markkanen deliver for the Utah Jazz in their 126-119 victory over the Detroit Pistons. Then, Cam Johnson scores 15 of his 33 points in the 4th quarter as the Brooklyn Nets overcome the Toronto Raptors 101-94. Zach LaVine's 36 points tow the Chicago Bulls past the Boston Celtics 117-108. And the Houston Rockets rally behind Jalen Green's 34 points to blow out the New Orleans Pelicans 133-113.
Meanwhile, the LA Clippers dominate the Dallas Mavericks 118-95 as they exploit the absence of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, both due to injuries. Pascal Siakam stars for the Indiana Pacers with 25 points and 18 rebounds in their 120-111 dub over the Phoenix Suns. Fernie Simon's buzzer-beating layup helps the Portland Trail Blazers escape the Denver Nuggets 122-120. And lastly, LeBron James becomes the all-time leader in regular season minutes played as the Purple and Gold take down the Sacramento Kings 113-100.
After wrapping up the 2nd edition of the Emirates NBA Cup, the league has announced the all-tournament team. Headlining the 5 best players in the in-season tourney are Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, stars of the NBA Cup champions, the Milwaukee Bucks. Rounding it out are Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder, Alperen Sengun of the Houston Rockets, and Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. Unlike the regular season All-NBA teams, the All-Tournament team was picked without regard to position. It was selected by a media panel and was based on player performance in both group play and knockout stages. Still to come, UAAP Season 87 Finals MVP JD Kagulangan talks about the UP Fighting Maroons' journey to regain the crown, as well as his thoughts on being called the GOAT UP Maroon. And that and more when Play-by-Play returns.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play only on One News. The Northport Batang Pierre fend off guest team Eastern In a battle of early leaders in the PBA Commissioner's Cup, both teams fought tooth and nail for the most part until the Batang Pier ran away late in the game. Northport closed with a 10-3 run in the final minutes of the match to take an 11-point lead with 50 seconds remaining. This was enough cushion for the Batang Pier as they took the victory 120-113. Arvin Tolentino just waxed hot, 35 points on an efficient 10-for-16 shooting. He also had 6 boards. Northport remains as the top team this conference with 6 wins and just a single loss. Eastern 6-5-2. Northport head coach Bonnie Tan talks about how their defense picked up, which gave way for their bounce-back win.
Basically, we took advantage of yung Hong Kong team they just came from a game sa Hong Kong, so we outrun them. Na-recover ulit namin yung transition points namin, and yung assist department namin as a team nag-step up ulit.
It's always fun, no? Pag siyempre iba yung kapag dayo yung kalaban mo, or when you play outside the country. Meron laging factor yung talagang may yung gusto mong manalo. And that's what happened today. And I'm happy na maganda yung nilaro ko ngayon. And yun na, I try to just really outsmart. Every game naman yun yung approach ko. And yeah, I guess yun nga, may advantage din kami kasi naglaro din sila sa sa EASL the other day.
Meantime, the Magnolia Hotshots and NLEX Road Warriors gutted out to see which team will end their losing skids. The first quarter saw a neck-and-neck battle with the Road Warriors, taking a 1-point lead at 22-21. It was only during late in the second quarter when NLEX gave themselves a double-digit lead over Magnolia. But come the third quarter, the Hotshots defense came alive to snatch the advantage once more. The fourth quarter is currently ongoing.
PBA Commissioner's Cup action continues this weekend. Tomorrow, the PBA will be in Batangas City for a thrilling match between the Converge Fiber Xers and the Barangay Ginebra San Miguel Gin Kings. That match will tip off at 7:30 p.m. Converge hopes to get its third win in a row, while Ginebra is looking to start another streak of its own. Then on Sunday, it's back to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City at 5 p.m. It's a slumping Terra Firma Jeep taking on the red-hot Rain or Shine Lasso Painters. Then at 7:30, the San Miguel Beermen and Eastern go at it again, this time in the Commissioner's Cup, just days after their EASL matchup. You can catch all the games live on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. Speaking of Pilipinas Live, it's given the gift of free live games this whole month of December. You can enjoy the biggest sporting events this month on the Pilipinas Live app. Catch all the action in the PBA and a lot more. Watch all the action live and on demand and on any device. All you have to do is download the app and register for free. And you can also scan these QR codes flashed on your screens or just visit the websites, what you're seeing right now.
After 39 long years, a UAAP basketball championship is headed back to Recto. The UE Junior Warriors clinched the inaugural UAAP Junior High School Boys Basketball Championship. That's after they dominated the UST Tiger Cubs 78-47 in a winner-take-all Game 3 in the finals. After a 15-all deadlock in the opening period, Brian Orca and Ethan Oraa led a 19-point explosion for the Junior Warriors. UE then continued to pounce on UST, who struggled without mythical team member Anduele Cabanero, who was suspended for an altercation in Game 2. Gab De Los Reyes was named Finals MVP after averaging 9.3 points, 14.3 rebounds, and 2.7 blocks in the series. The last time UE celebrated a basketball championship was in 1985 when its men's basketball team, led by legends Alan Caidic and Jerry Codinera, brought home the crown. while the Junior Warriors last tasted high school basketball glory in 1981. This was under the guidance of Coach Gabriel Reala with standout players like Codinera, Modesto Hohilia, and the Nongalong brothers.
UAAP Season 87 Men's Basketball Finals MVP JD Cagulangan says he's happy that the UP Fighting Maroons were able to accomplish the goal of getting back the title. It was a perfect ending to his UAAP stint as he began his collegiate career with the De La Salle Green Archers back in 2019 and was also part of La Salle Green Hills back in high school. Now, after struggling to find his role in Taft, he transferred to UP where finally he found his footing. Then, in his last playing year, he was able to lead the Maroons past his former team in the finals. This was the follow-up to UP Season 84 title, which broke a then 36-year title drought. Cagulangan was also there in 2022. In fact, of course, who can forget? He was that one who made this shot, step back, winning 3 on Ateneo. That also ended UP's so-called dark ages. Now, after several heroic moments and 2 titles to boast during his tenure, some are calling Maymay now the GOAT of the Maroons. Here's Cagulangan sharing his thoughts on that and beating La Salle in the finals.
Thankful kasi na-appreciate nila ako as their GOAT and tuloy-tuloy, itutuloy-tuloy ko lang para ma-inspire sila. Sobrang happy, no? Na nabigay namin yung championship again para sa UP and yun nga, may chance pa na makalaban yung former school ko, so which is grateful talaga ako sa nangyayari and yeah, thankful ako talaga. I'm very, very happy. Kasi by heart, Lasaliano pa rin naman talaga ako. And hindi mawawala sa akin yung pagiging isang Lasaliano and as a sign of respect sa community.
Coming up on the show, more Maymay Cagulangan as a 2-time UAAP champion talks about his upcoming stint with the Suwon KT Sonic Boom of the Korean Basketball League. That and more when we return. Stay tuned to Play-by-Play only here on One News.
Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Like a lot of us, UP Fighting Maroon JD Kagulangan is also excited for his upcoming stint in South Korea. Kagulangan is taking his talents to the Korean Basketball League after signing with the Suwon KT Sonic Boom. His first order of business is to fit right in with the team's system. The two-time UAAP champion will reinforce a Suwon team that's currently fourth in the KBL, behind a 10-win, 9-loss record. Apart from the opportunity to showcase his talent overseas, Kagulangan is also excited to see some familiar faces. His former UP teammate Carl Tamayo and former UAAP rivals Kevin Kiambao and SJ Belangel are also playing in the KBL.
For sure, very, very competitive na dun. And sa, as personal expectations ko naman, ma-fit ko lang yung game ko sa system na pinapatakbo ng coach, and I'm okay with that. So, trabaho lang talaga. Very, very happy kasi yung mga ganung caliber ng mga player, which is they play for Gilas, you know. So, happy ako na nakapaglaro ako sa ibang bansa na may chance na makalaban ko sila. And I'm happy kasi masishare ko pa rin yung court with them. And of course, especially yung mga Fighting Maroons na nandun, sila Juan, sila Javi, of course, my best friend Carl.
We've got the NBA and the PBA in tonight's highlight reel to end the work week. Let's start off with some NBA highlights, starting with Toronto. Okay, here's Scotty Barnes, missing on that shot, but look who rises up. It's Dake. Woo, sticking it back in. And look at the bench of Toronto enjoying that. We have to see that again. Woo, maybe it's the unis. We don't know. Grady Dick finishes with 19.6 rebounds. But unfortunately, the Raps fall to the Nets 101-94. Grady Dick looking like Vince Carter on that play. Moving on now, how about this? Let's take a look at this play. Keontae George, have mercy there over Jalen Duren in the second period. Take a look at this. Taking off is Keontae, elevating and detonating. Woo! Finding space before the throwdown. George had 28 points in Utah's 126-119 win in Detroit. Meanwhile, how about this in San Antonio? DeAndre Hunter, look at that, plus the stare down, over 7'3". Victor Wembanyama to force overtime. Now Trae Young. Well, let's watch that play again. Woo! What a play. Look at that. Hunter came off the bench and scored a team-high 27 points, but the Hawks fall to the Spurs in OT, 133-126. But we will not get tired of watching that play. Maybe some few words also. And even Chris Paul and company were asking for a technical. Let's take a look. Nance gets that ball from Young, and then the handoff to Hunter, and then a few words for Wemby. Whew. But unfortunately, it doesn't beat this play. Game winner, 124 all. Westbrook is getting slow at his age. Woo, what a game winner there for Anthony Simons. And look at the crowd in Portland, loving it. 126-124, thanks to Simons and that game winner. Take a look at the ISO. You, me, on an island against Westbrook. There's even a foul there somewhere to beat the buzzer for Simons as he finishes with 28, 10 assists, and the Blazers beat the Nuggets 126-124. And lastly, from the NBA, let's go to the PBA now. Some highlights at NFL Sports Arena. Take a look at this play. It's Eastern and Northport. First up to McLaughlin. What a play on that. It was Adam Shue running it, getting the rebound, and then this one, a few seconds later, the handoff, two-man game, pocket pass from Blankley back to McLaughlin for The slam over Onwubere. Watch that again. 2 plays from the big man, McLaughlin. Take a look at this two-hander monster. McLaughlin had a usual big double-double, 26 points, 19 rebounds. Woo! And Eastern, though, however, falls to Northport on this one, 120 to 113. Batang Pierre getting the last laugh. Okay, check. Should I still ask you, or I'm assuming your favorite play was the dunk on Wemby and the stare down, or I may be wrong.
You're actually really right. Was that stare down absolutely necessary, though?
Tingnan natin, balikan natin that play.
DeAndre Hunter,
Let's go back to that play.
the dunk was good enough.
There you go. Take a look. Boom.
Was that necessary?
Grabe, no? And look at all the Spurs asking for technical, because apparently some refs now call that for taunting, diba?
Yeah.
Call a tech for taunting. But
Well,
man, look
I
at
mean,
that.
okay, but how many people can say they can dunk over a 7'3" player? Also, but yeah.
Well, to answer your question, I don't know if that was necessary, but again,
Over,
it's
yeah.
not always that you get to dunk, again, over a 7'3" big
Yeah.
man in
I
Victor
can't even dunk
Wembanyama.
over a 6'3", so
Grabe. Well, what a play.
5'3" nga, medyo alanganin din eh. So,
So those are the highlights to end the week. Before we head on to the weekend, I believe you have some good news for us.
yes! Before we go, we want to send out warmest congratulations to Michelle Cobb and her longtime partner Vito Soto after getting engaged last night. Cobb said yes to Soto's intimate proposal, where they were later joined by their families and close friends. Among those present to celebrate the occasion were next-led Chameleons libero Rachel Jorvina, former DLSU ladies spiker Gaira Baroga, and Choco Mucho Flying Titan setter Mars Alba. Michelle and Vito have been together for 7 years. And this engagement is a perfect year-ender indeed. Again, congratulations to Michelle and Vito.
Grabe, wow.
Ending
Mitch,
the
I'm
show
happy
on a
for
high
you.
note,
Congratulations,
ending the
yes.
Friday show, heading into the weekend
I
with
know,
great
I
news.
know. And last time I spoke to Michelle, di pa namin napag-usapan yun. And now, mauunahan pa yata nila ako. Kasi matagal-tagal na akong engaged, pero...
I don't know why you keep bringing this up.
Hindi.
Kasalanan mo naman kung bakit hindi pa nangyari, di
Totoo
ba?
naman. But congratulations again to Vito Soto and to Michelle Cobb and future to be Soto. O nga pala, by the way, before we say goodbye, don't forget on Sunday, 5:30 p.m. Yes, merry ang vibes ng Pasko on TV5, the MVP Christmas Special, 5:30 p.m. on Sunday, Part 2. Catch that. And that's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow at 9, not tomorrow, on Monday. Tama. At 9 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We're also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Play natin ulit song, yung Derek, yung ano.
I'm gonna.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Saska Natungkalaw. Thank you for watching. Good night.